Chris, here we are. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
How are you today, sir?
Every day is a day closer to Christmas, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Excited? We're down to what, 16?
I think so.
What's today, another 10? No, 15.
You guys doing the 25 days of Christmas yet?
Yeah, are we?
Yeah.
We're counting down.
Yeah.
Counting down. I just watch Elf. I just put on Elf every night.
Every day?
Just to put
Every
on the
night?
background. I don't want to say every night, but majority of the nights throughout the week, I just put it on the background because I bought it.
You
So I just
cotton-headed
started
nitty
watching.
muggin.
That's funny. Didn't you say you said that the other day and nobody
I said that to a group of people that were like younger than me, like 5-10 years younger than me, and they were like, "What are you saying?" I'm like,
Dude,
"You guys ever seen Elf?"
Oh my God. Did you hear Will Ferrell? He turned down $29 million to do the second one. He didn't want to do it?
He doesn't like doing follow-up movies.
Oh, really?
That's why he didn't do Step Brothers.
No
too.
kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I wonder if Mike Incorvaia likes Step Brothers.
I wonder if he does. Good movie.
But that's who we had on.
Yeah.
So good overview, good segue, I guess. So Mike Incorvaia, man, he's obviously every guest we have on here has a great story, very unique to them.
Yep.
And if you're in Northeast Ohio and you're looking to buy a home, I mean, you're probably going to run into that name one way or another. You know,
Right.
Mike Incorvaia, Sylvia, his team, and he's succeeded at the very highest level, right? In his advice with lead generation and branding, we hear that a lot. But just, you know, what are your takeaways from that? I mean, we had him in here for an hour, and he gave a lot of good stuff. It was a very, very warm setting that we had there.
yeah, to say the least, right?
Yeah.
In its truest sense. The biggest takeaway I took away from, or the biggest thing I took away from Mike and talking with him, and what I liked about him and what I think is so like attractive and appealing about his personality is he's just a very simple guy. He's not over the top.
Yeah.
He's not driving some fancy automobile. Like he just comes in and he says, "Listen, I had an opportunity. You know, I saw my wife was doing well. It was 03 to 06. 06, I had the opportunity to buy into this. I took that opportunity and I rolled with it, and they made it into something awesome. You know, he's not some guy where he's like, oh, I get up every single day at 5 o'clock. I'm hitting the gym. I'm doing this and doing that. Now he's an older guy, but at the end of the day, like, still, he's not some crazy David Goggins type individual. He's just a simple guy who just dedicated himself to branding. I think that's their biggest thing is branding, and I think that's what he was focusing on a lot is like, it's your lead generation, but the lead generation is from you, right? So he said his wife, Sylvia, could literally walk into the grocery store. People know her.
A couple, 3-4 people are going to,
you know?
or even Mike. He's like, oh, we're going to Costco, and it's kind of annoying because my son Mike, he runs into 3-4 people he knows, and then we go to the gas station, he knows 3 to 4 people.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean?
That's right.
But that's powerful. That's huge. I mean, he's established himself very well in that area. You know, Strongsville, Cuyahoga County area. You know what I mean?
Do you think, like, hearing that kind of stuff, does that make you think? Because right away with me, it forces me into the thought of, okay, like 2022 has to be the year of networking. Like, I got to get out there more and go talk to more people.
I think that's
like,
huge.
Does that push you when you hear that to say, like, damn, like, I want to be able to go to the grocery store and, like, some guy says, like, oh, Chris, like, you do home loans. Like, I saw you up on the billboard.
It does. I mean, again, it's when we had Joe Renee Hill on, she said the same thing. Hey, it's branding. I go into a grocery store and, you know, I see one of my past clients. And then, you know, the past client goes, oh, you know what? Actually, my sister's looking to purchase a home. Like, here, you know, here's her number. Yeah. That's huge. It's that mind share versus market share. So yeah, to answer your question, absolutely. I think 2022 has to be the year that, I mean, listen, I think that you and I are both well established when a borrower comes to us and they say, hey, I'm self-employed. I've been doing this 4 years. You know, I haven't paid my taxes yet. Here's my P&L. I run this. I have 4 employees. I think at the end of the day, like, we understand like where it's going to go, how we're going to close it, as opposed to W-2 employee, 20 years on the job, whatever. I think closing the loans, I don't think that's as difficult as it was. I mean, everyone has their challenges, but I think we know how to get from point A to point B when someone comes to us. Yeah. I think 2022 has to be the year that we do network and we do make sure we can capture more mind share and say like, oh shoot, like Chris and Dominic, yeah, right thing, the mortgage guys, right there. That's like the first thing they think. Yeah. But yeah, it's they may not be looking to get a pre-approval letter today or tomorrow, but in 6 months and maybe in between those 6 months, they're referring us to people, you know, or at least talking about us at the dinner table, you know?
That's right. And I mean, that's why he said too, like a lot of their business is, like clients held on retention and repeat business and this and that. You know, people who they help buy their home, and then 5 years later they're helping them list the home. You know, so it's being able to kind of like going back to the relationship economy with the Julius,
sure,
which I'm almost through. I will have it done by the podcast, so I don't have to hear it from you.
I'm busting your balls.
He talks a lot about how you in business you're at where you're at right now because of the relationships that you've made.
Correct.
And I'm starting to learn. I'm learning a ton. John DeJulius is opening me up to a ton in that book.
Yes.
And I think Mike touched on that a good amount, like indirectly, without even knowing that book was even out there. When he, you know, kind of said, when I asked him towards the end about relationships and what is it, you know, that makes him want to go with a specific title company or lender or this and that,
sure,
or home inspector. And it's, again, it just takes time and years of figuring out who's cohesive, who works together with you, you know, because it has to be a mutualistic fit. It's not just, hey, I'm going to work with a realtor just because they're sending me all this business. At the end of the day, it could be a nightmare to work with them. They could have a nightmare working with me.
Yeah.
And I like me. At the end of the day, I understand that goes back and forth. So that to me is where it's like, okay, rather than trying to have the quick hit in business where it's like, oh, I need to make that one connect where it's going to explode my business this year, I'm starting to shift, and I would urge viewers to shift to the mindset of the journey of it. Like, you got to cultivate these relationships.
Takes
John
time.
DeJulius says something about, like, what is it, like 80 hours or 40 to 50 hours you need to spend with that person to become like a
before they even remember you. Or,
that's right.
Yeah.
Or to become like a good friend, then it's like double that to become like somebody that they say is like in my very close circle, and whatever those specific times are.
Yeah.
Again, it's just basically stretching on the point that it's very important to build long-term relationships, and that's what's going to help grow business for you.
Do you think you need to, so they were talking about, you know, repeat customers and creating customers for life. I don't do a great job of it. I don't know if you do or not. I really don't know. But like, do you reach back out to your previous closings, your previous clients to ask for a business at all, or not really? Because I don't, but I've heard from so many people like, dude, there's gold there. Like, just reach out to the people and just say, hey, how's it going? Happy holidays. Just wondering, you know, since you had a good experience, you know, do you have family members, friends, coworkers, that anyone who's looking to purchase a home?
Right.
I don't do that, and I think I do need to. I think I need to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you do any of that? Or
So, Chris, remind our viewers again who it is we are and what we do.
Hey guys, both Dominic and I are loan officers here at Liberty Home Mortgage. So if you or anyone you know is looking to purchase or refinance a home, please email us at the elevateclepodcast@gmail.com. Subject line, looking to purchase or refinance a home. Email's in the description.
So I have services that help follow up with things. Like, so for example, whenever I close loans, that next month, by the 15th of the month, that person's getting a big box in the mail, like a customized box that has all my info on it, this and that, and some like gifts in there, right? Hopefully some things, obviously, too, like a big tumbler and stuff, like a coffee mug, thermos that sits, in their kitchen where it's like sitting there. It's not just a sticker you use it once, throw it away or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And then I use this service called Send Out Cards. So anybody in my database who I've ever closed, Send Out Cards automatically sends these campaigns out to these individuals 6 times a year. They get a card from me.
Nice.
So I'm in their head. And it's with clients that I've had.
When did you start that?
I started that probably 2 months ago. So we did. Hesh got me onto it, and for anybody who's, in business at all, this is a great way to follow up with people.
Yeah.
Let me know, because I'm pretty sure you need a referral to get into it.
Yeah.
Just like shoot me a message or something, I can get you guys signed up or whatever. But nonetheless, Hesh got me onto it because he was using it, and he said he was doing it big early in the 2000s during like refi boom and all that. And he said from doing the send out cards, I forget how much he put into it, but he said he made like, off that specific business that came in for refis, he made like $60,000 to $70,000 in the amount of time that he did it. Mm-hmm. So he had a lot of money come in from actually doing it.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't look at it as, I'm going to have all this business immediately come in. I look at it as just, hey, they're becoming a lifelong client and customer because they're seeing I'm in front of them, I'm keeping up, whatever this and that. So that's what I do. I don't personally call the individuals. I do these send out cards things where, hey, happy holidays to you, whatever it is you celebrate. Blessings to you and your family this holiday season. By the way, I'm still in the business. If you need anything in 2022, I'm here to help you accomplish your goals.
For sure. That's awesome. Super interesting, too.
Yeah.
I wonder if, because I'm sure Incorvaia does that.
I'm sure they have something, yeah. I'm sure they have something, because I see a lot of realtors are good at that, or at least the brokerages help them with that.
Yeah.
Like Mike Colico, who helped me buy my home with the Michael Kame team, Berkshire Hathaway. I get something from him every holiday, and like it'll be like the Browns and Indians schedule just with like his business picture, whatever card on there.
Just to
Stuff like
remind you that, hey,
happy
he's
holidays, a postcard. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of these realtors do, and that's good. You got to keep putting yourself.
I think the best do it as a regiment.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
I mean, Incorvaia's, he's got. I mean, I don't know how many people are on his team. 50.
I think he said 45. They have
45,
right?
and they're trying to grow to like 75 or something. They're trying to get.
We're certainly trying to grow. Yeah, I don't know if he has an exact number.
I wonder how that's. I mean, I see him on social media all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, him and his team. I wonder how many. I'd be curious to see per month how many people they actually get on, because from what he's saying, they have pretty good retention with their real estate agents.
Yeah, that's another thing too that stuck out to me is how they centered their business model with Keller Williams, which wasn't a big name in the Cleveland area, or really anywhere.
In the early 2000s.
Yeah, they really brought, and from our conversation with Hesh, he really wanted to emphasize the fact that, like, hey, he's like, they brought Keller Williams, the big name, kind
to
of
Ohio.
Cleveland. Yeah, they really did. But I feel like they really focused, and he just seems like a wholesome family kind of guy.
Yeah.
To the point where I feel like that's how they create their culture. You know, like, hey, come in, we're here for you. Like, we're genuinely here for you, because they took it in a time where he even said it was very broker oriented, right? It was usually like a 50-50 split. Your broker's making majority of the money.
Yep.
After fees and all that stuff, and you're paying like your spot there.
With the desk fees and
That's
stuff.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. To where now it's like, hey, it's all agent focused. Like, they help kind of shift that. Like, it's going agent focused, and they have a split set up to where, like, it's truly benefiting them.
But you say 70-30?
Yeah, and then of course, like, you have your cap that you can build up to, where eventually then you're making like close to 100. Obviously, minus like your desk fees and this and that.
Minus like, you want the
marketing.
Administrative.
That's right.
Like, hey, you could do all that on your own, but you want to scale with us.
Mm-hmm.
Your split's going to be a little bit different, which is awesome. I think it gives you more autonomy as a real estate agent to scale and everything.
Yeah.
Because you really are just like, you're essentially, yes, you're under the Incorvaia team, but how you get your business with them is completely up to you.
Mm-hmm.
And the benefit is you get to use all of their administration, you get to use their marketing and all this stuff like that. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
I think
agree. I think he's doing an amazing job, and he says he got like 10 more years in him too.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, he definitely keeps a youthful spirit and moves around. There's no doubt about that. I mean, dude, they hit 200 million in like sales and everything this year, as far as people they've helped purchase homes and sell homes. I mean, that's a big number.
Do they say like 10% or something of all homes sold in Strongsville were from Incorvaia?
Oh, yeah. I remember that stat. And the next person it was since 2006, they've helped over X amount of people, and the next person was like 300.
Yeah.
And they were like 2,000 something homes that they've helped. And like the next person was like 300 or something like that. Yeah,
dude, big takeaways, honestly. Like, I loved having him on. It's just like another big, I mean, it was a little bit nicer for you and I because we're in the industry of real estate. So a lot more stuff that we were able to connect with him on, stuff that we're able to, go back and forth with, and we understand the lingo. So, yeah, I mean, it was awesome. I mean, next week we have DeJulius on.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be huge.
Customer service guy.
Super excited.
Huge. It's huge to all business. I mean, that's how you...
Hey, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Elevate Cleveland podcast. Dominic, wrap it up for us.
As Chris stated at the beginning of this podcast, we are licensed loan originators for the best mortgage company in the land. That is Liberty Home Mortgage. Guys, if you or anybody you know is looking to purchase or refinance a home, doesn't matter if you've done this 1, 10, or 100 times, call us, email us. The email is in the description below. Reach out to that email. In the subject line, put looking to purchase / refinance a home. Whatever it is your goal is, Chris and I will reach out to you within 24 hours, and we look forward to helping you with whatever it is your specific home goal is. Thank you.
I don't care what business you're in. The customer experience is, at least I'm being opened up to it now, is so important.
Yeah.
So important, And I highly recommend his book, The Relationship Economy. I really do think it's awesome.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. So I would say... honestly, my big takeaway from Incorvaia is their business model as far as how their realtors are going out and networking themselves more.
It is. It's the same thing for me. It's networking.
Yeah, it's networking.
I think if, you're able to befriend people who are also, kind of the same mindset and everything as well, who want to be successful, they're going to think of you, and they're going to be able to go in their inner circle and help you. So 2022, I mean... every guest that we have on, I'm taking a little bite-sized piece out of every bit of advice.
That's right.
And I think taking away with Incorvaia is Hey, we gotta network more. Just gotta network more.
And that's not just us or our industry. That's anybody. I don't care if your hobby is doing music and you're doing things in little pop-up bars here and there. I don't care if you do photography as a side job just as a hustle because you love it, right? I don't care if you're in insurance, mortgages, real estate. No matter what it is you're in, right? Medical sales.
Brownies.
Brownies. Videos. Branding is you. You got to put yourself out there more because you want people to know that. And I really do think that's where it's going more and more with social media. The free marketing is you have to put yourself out there more to show people who it is you are because you're going direct from the business to consumer. And you have that opportunity free there on social media to be able to do that.
Yeah. I mean, now we also have the new app now. Do you see that Ian made that for the
oh yeah
for the
Huge.
I mean, you want to plug it real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So we now have a direct link application that we will have in all of our video descriptions, the podcast descriptions, etc., which is a direct link to an application.
Mortgage application.
That's right. For anybody looking to purchase or refinance a home, any of you out there.
Are you guys able to put that in the screen somewhere?
Yeah.
Just the link?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
We'll have that. We'll have that.
Perfect.
Yeah, it goes directly to us, and then either Chris or I will reach out to any individual that applies through there, and you get to work with us awesome dudes on accomplishing the goal of buying or refinance a house. That's right. That's right. You're a little bit better looking up top, though, above the
I got to
eyebrows.
get a haircut.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Well, I could just see the progression from
from the first video,
from one with Marcus all the way to now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's the time of year.
I'll
Chris,
get it cut.
Any closing thoughts?
Not really.
No.
At this point, I mean, no.
Cool. That works, man. You gonna have a good day today?
Have a great day, dude.
Friday again, dude. Stuff just flies.
It is.
It really does.
All right,
It
dude.
just flies. Appreciate
Good
it.
stuff.
All right, guys. We will see you next week. Again, this is the recap of the Mike Incorvaia with the Incorvaia group, big realtor
Team.
group.
I think
Mike
he prefers
Incorvaia
team.
Mike Incorvaia. Yeah. Mike Incorvaia with the Incorvaia team. Had him on this week. This is our recap of it. We release every Friday. You can check us out on all platforms. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Like it. Leave a 5-star review on Apple, whatever it might be. And also share it. You never know whose hands this ends up in, what it is they hear, and how it might end up changing their life, which ultimately changes the lives of those around them as well and changes the world one day. So
Absolutely.
We appreciate you guys listening and the support always. And we appreciate any and all feedback as well. So we'll see you here next week.
Thanks, everyone.